What? Sorry, wanted a case of club only.
For 20 years, Masahiro Sakurai has been slaving away at the Super Smash Bros. Franchise, a passion project turned monetary goldmine in the eyes of Nintendo and other studios. The series was looking great after the release of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, with finely tuned controls which were a comfortable compromise between simplified and competitive, and a roster with enough third-party fighters to make DreamHack's TV World Fighters shed a tear. There was only one problem though, and that it was on a dying console. The Wii U was, to put it lightly, a bit of a dumpster fire. While gimmicky, its graphics managed to blow my little baseball-sized brain out of its socket with its amazing first-party titles. However, drama like third-party dev kits being impossible to understand to marketing making consumers assume that the console was actually an add-on for the Wii, not an entirely new console, the Wii U either failed to impress or failed to convey to consumers what the hell they were selling. So, Sakurai, pouring his heart and soul into Smash 4 onto a now-dead console, powering through a wrist injury to finish the game, did the only reasonable thing a game director would do. He decided, let's make another one! And so Super Smash Bros. For the NX started development near the end of 2015, just as the final DLC for Smash 4 was being pushed out to the public. This man, this fucking legend amongst gamers, just finished a massive console seller and just decided, hey, let's do it again, and begins development on a brand new Smash Bros. Game with one key goal in mind. Everyone must be here. I want Snake, I want Bayonetta, I want Cloud, I want Mega Man. And he actually did it, with the game being shown at E3 2018 with the tagline, everyone is here, with Snake making his return to the Smash Bros. Franchise, and thank God I love this man. It was here that the cycle of Smash was resurrected once again, with everyone racing to online forums and discussions speculating on what's gonna happen with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. With every previous contender returning for Smash Ultimate, who the hell could they even add? Simon from Castlevania? King K. Rool, and that one dog from Animal Crossing New Leaf? Oh shit, they actually did it. Nobody fucking knew what to expect from this man, to the point where even the simplest of fake leaks were making headlines, with the Grinch leak being the most famous. Yeah, I believed it. I thought Mach Rider could be kinda cool. Maybe a Captain Falcon clone, but substituting these flaming punches and kicks for more bounty hunter gear. Isn't Captain Falcon supposed to be a bounty hunter? Also, Gino, I won't dance around that. That's what made me want to believe that this was true. Oh, man. But with the final Smash Direct for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, we were finally told about everything that would be dropping with this music album disguised as a fighting game. There's so many goddamn songs! Incineroar single-handedly defeated the Grinch with these two fighters that, oh look, it's Ken from Street Fighter. Ah, shit. Actually, I really like Ken.
December 6th, 2018. A sleep-deprived and excited Travis sits at his computer, watching the Game Awards, hoping that for the love of Reggie, Nintendo would smack that sweet spot just a little bit early and give us something about Metroid Prime 4. Waiting with bated breath as Reggie came out on stage with a Ridley shirt, hoping that if not Metroid Prime 4, at the very least we'd get Sylex announced for Smash.
You really thought Sylex would be in Smash, you fucking nonk?
I don't understand.
Defeated, a heartbroken Trav drives his car down in the rain to his local GameStop. The only strings loosely attaching him to Papa Reggie himself was his love for the game that he would soon obtain. Hey, that rhymes!
Smash Brothers got a fucking song with lyrics? Woo, boy! I just spat all over my computer monitor. God, this feels fucking surreal almost. We only saw this game for the first time several months ago, and now it's in our hands! With a completely new GameCube controller, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Edition TM. All of these emotions are just slapping me right in the face. Naturally, I want to get a feel for the game first. I want to be able to caress its beautiful creation and explore all of its beautiful ridges and curves. And what do I find out right off the bat? It's that Mario feels very, very different. Honestly, I think that this is the result of me trying to push out that Smash retrospective out as soon as I did. The playstyle and muscle memory of Smash 4 was just so deeply embedded into my brain at the time, and so everything just felt so fast. I'd often lose where I am, especially after getting launched, because of the time it takes for your character to reach the peak of their trajectory is just so much faster. But I got used to it, muted colors and all. It really didn't help that my first pick was Mario, who was my main in Smash 4. He just felt so right in that game, but in Ultimate he's been tweaked a little bit and just feels off enough to the point where it feels awkward and weird. Possibly fueled by nostalgia, I mean, who can really blame him? Sakurai decided to start off Smash Ultimate with the original starting roster of Smash 64. Thankfully, though, to make up for it, the roster unlocks faster than the cast of Infinity War when they don't really feel so good. But as for Smash itself on the surface, well, it's Smash. However, the gameplay received a bunch of small tweaks that all really add up into feeling like a massive, significant change. Samus can charge in midair now, Mario's jump feels a lot more springy, Little Mac's side special is no longer a death sentence when you're over a bottomless pit. Perfect shielding and parrying is now done by letting go of the shield button at the right time instead of pressing it, making it both easier than before, while also forcing you to be a bit more strategic on when you set it up, and that's one of the biggest things that got me excited for Smash Ultimate. Unlike Brawl's approach, which was to make the game more noob-friendly by nerfing everyone, Smash Ultimate is the complete opposite, making all technical moves much easier to pull off, like short hopping, which you can now pull off by holding jump and attack button at the same time. This is something that I personally have always struggled with. I never really got the hang of short hopping, but now I feel like I'm on a much more even playing field. Though it does get a bit ridiculous. I mean, look at this crocodile go. Oh man, can I gush about this crazy crocodile for a second? This big boy is the thickness to end all thickness, and I fucking love him. I admit I was never really too excited about the concept of K. Rool being in Smash, but I wanted him because some of my friends really wanted him. But this motherfucker just has so much personality to him, and though I've never really beaten a Donkey Kong game before, I really loved the Gangplank Galleon remix in Brawl, and hearing this ultra snazzy remix of it in the trailer for K. Rool's announcement just sent chills down my spine. Actually, I could probably say the same about all these newcomers. Each of these bastards just work! They all feel unique enough to give Smash a fresh new feel, especially the Belmonts with their emphasis on precision and their strategic take on mashing the B button. Incineroar, it's a Pokemon, and directional dodging from Melee is back, but with its own twist. It behaves more like mid-air dodging from Smash 4, but it just kinda nudges you in one direction, giving characters who used to have the wimpiest recoveries much more of a fighting chance. A player of nearly any skill set has a chance now, and it's just refreshing. Almost as refreshing as Ultimate's new Classic Mode. That was a segue. Smash 4 tried to be really special and shit with its Classic Mode, letting you choose who you're gonna fight. You can exclusively challenge every single green dildo in sight, but now we're back to the basics, and when I mean basics, I mean like Smash basics. Classic Mode is now in a set order. You will always challenge the same opponent in the same order every time you play it, as that character. Yes, that's right, every character now has their own unique Classic Mode, with the new boss lineup making every run feel just a bit more unique. Though I guess it shouldn't be considered that much of a spoiler that Master Hand and Crazy Hand return as bosses. It is a bit different. Since Melee, Master Hand and Crazy Hand have both resided at a single spot on each side of the stage, but here they float around freely, turning around and behaving totally differently than we've seen since Melee. It is also worth noting that in Smash 64, Master Hand does behave like this, and if you use cheats to make him playable, he moves around like a normal character. Just a fun little piece of trivia. Though most fighters challenge Master Hand at the end of their run, occasionally you'll run into one of the new guys, like Marks from Kirby, who's been faithfully recreated from Kirby Superstar, with some new moves thrown into the mix. Ganon is a completely original boss fight that you can only hurt his glowing green tail. Gallium from Brawl's Subspace Emissary, Giga Bowser, Rathalos from Monster Hunter? Okay, that's weird. And holy crap, is that Dracula? That's fucking awesome. He even throws his wine glass and everything. And his final form is the final form from Rondo of Blood. Though I personally recognize him from the intro of Symphony of the Night, but what's the difference? Honestly, on a related note, I can't believe the amount of love that Castlevania got in this game. Starting with the reveal trailer for Simon, that almost rivals the hype levels of the Mega Man reveal in Smash 4. And then later getting word that we're getting 34 songs from this franchise? Castlevania has some of the best music in all of gaming, and I can't even name 34 tracks from this series. Alucard's an assist trophy, Richter's a playable echo, and god damn it, this music fucking rocks, dude! And you know who else got a ton of love? None other than the Blue Bomber himself, with over 30 music tracks that honestly the new ones feel better than the original compositions they're remixing. He got some well-needed buffs and oh, my boy Zero appears in an assist trophy and it's just But Travis, why don't you talk about the game? What game? I am kidding for the most part, but this can't go without mentioning the fact that many of the side games associated with Smash, like Break the Targets, Home Run Contest, and etc., have all been cut from the game for some reason. I can get that no one buys Smash Brothers specifically for Target Smash, but they were always just such a refreshing part of the experience. Kinda like the coin launcher from Brawl. No one buys Brawl just for the coin launcher, but it's such a nice, relaxing experience that it might as well have been its own game, and I probably would have bought it. Smash Ultimate is just fighting, and that's it, with the only bonus game being bonus game. Which really just feels like a neutered version of Race to the Finish. Sure, Smash 4 didn't have Break the Targets either, but at least had something. And that something was Angry Birds. Man, I love mobile games. Can I please come in now?
No.
Actually, when you think about it, it feels like Smash Ultimate was built to be a mobile game of some sort. And with that, we will start to transition into Spirits mode. Alright, I'm just gonna jump right into it. Spirits are this game's trophies, and in a move that honestly really upset me at first, I really loved this. Likely because of the cartridge size or the work that goes into them, 3D trophies have been entirely cut and now have been replaced with a single static transparent PNG. It lacks any sort of text blurb or even their last appearances. However, Sakurai wants us to believe that these are the actual living spirits from the games that they belong to. That includes Cardboard Box over here. And honestly, that leads me to my first biggest what the fuck Sakurai moment in Smash Ultimate. Sakurai retcons the fact that the characters in Smash aren't really themselves, just toys being played in some kid's imagination, or being trophies out on display. Instead, every character from Smash is actually the character from their original series, trying to get back into their real game. Do you honestly expect me to believe that this is the same exact Solid Snake who adventured all the way from Metal Gear 1 to Metal Gear Solid 4? That Snake got sucked into this world and is fighting giant hands and piranha plants? Actually, that wouldn't be too shocking, let's be honest. I don't know, this change just feels unnecessary and I just don't buy it. Let's just leave these characters to be ambiguous like they have been in the previous series. There's no reason to have a preface like this. It's just a small thing though, it doesn't change how I feel about the game. However, unlocking spirits is a bit different. You can buy them from the shop using coins you've collected, claim them as rewards from classic mode, or just challenge them in combat, whether it's through World of Light, the new adventure mode, or Spirit Board, where spirits will randomly show up on a timer. Just defeat their puppet fighter with a small little minigame at the end, bada bing bada boom, you caught yourself a Mega Man X. There are items you collect after beating spirits and completing classic mode that make your struggles with this a little bit easier, but they're not required, though I swear that there's a little bit of input lag coming from the GameCube controller during this minigame. I'm not sure if that's the case, but the timing for the shots just feels more responsive when playing in handheld or with a Pro controller. But where will we be getting our bulk of spirits from?
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning! Please proceed to this time in the time code if you'd wish to not die from spoiler poisoning. Everyone fucking dies! Alright, I know that everyone and their mom has seen it at this point, but World of Light basically starts out the same way that Infinity War ends, with everyone being comically eviscerated by their new antagonist, a glowing marble surrounded by angel wings dubbed Galeem. Our heroes convene on a cliffside, very similar to the one at the beginning of Brawl, saying that they can't let a single one get away, and before you have a chance to ask what the hell are you talking about, you fucking Hi-ya! The camera pans up to show... Oh, goodness, that's a lot of handy boys. Shulk has a vision of everyone getting fucking killed, but before he has a chance to warn everyone about it, BAM! Everyone's dead! Honestly, I think Snake had it right. It was his destiny to be in that box. It brings him inner peace. This isn't funny. This is a man who's peacefully accepted his fate.
It was my destiny to be here, in the box.
Also, I'm pretty sure that Galeem's beams are entirely based off of the boundary box in Smash whenever you get off-screened. If they just turned this into a character... Actually, that's pretty creative. Once Kirby hits 88 miles per hour and manages to escape Galeem, he sets out on his journey to free all of his friends from their strange imprisonment. It's here where we get introduced to the main purpose of spirits, being glorified stat buffs. Alright, I admit, I was not sold on this at first, but it has grown on me a bit. When first starting off, you have only a few spirits that you can't really do much with at all, and it's kind of frustrating, but once you start building your arsenal of spirits up, it's kind of nice to mix and match spirits together to change the tides of battle. Now there's two types of spirits. You've got your primary spirits, which mainly just give you a stat boost, and then you've got your support spirits that give you a much less vague perk, like equipping a certain item or buffing specific moves. There's also a bit of a rock, paper, scissors sort of element going on here, like attack beats claw, claw beats shield, and shield beats attack. And that's basically it. You go into a fight, equip the proper spirit, counteracts the one you're fighting, and have fun. It seems pretty lackluster, but I admit that the charm is what kept me going. The overworld is pretty bland, but I mean, there's a city made up of old Nintendo consoles, which is kinda cute, while the spirit fights themselves usually pay tribute to the character that they're meant to represent. Like Charge and Chuck, who's just a bunch of warriors that all charge at you. Or the M. Bison spirit, which is Ganondorf, because they're both magical bastards that have evil purple energy. The M. Bison spirit is actually part of one of my favorite parts of Smash Ultimate, the dungeons, or at least that's what I'm going to call them. In little hotspots around the map, there's going to be these little areas that take you into a smaller sub-area. Each one usually has a consistent theme, some kind of puzzle, and at least one new fighter to unlock in the area. Defeating a fighter by themselves will recruit them to your team. It's kind of like Subspace, but with significantly less fanfare. The dungeons is where the true homages start to show. For example, we have the overworld map from Donkey Kong Country, and I love this. Why couldn't the whole game be like this? Some of the dungeons have a boss at the end of them, but with the small amount of bosses that the game offers anyway, only a handful of these dungeons actually offer a true boss. Defeating enough bosses, though, will start to deplete Galim's shield, who's chilling at the top of the map, and once his shield is destroyed, you can fight your way up to the top. Now you might be thinking, damn, that was really fast, Travis, what a short mode. At this point, I was 15 hours into World of Light. 15! 95% of World of Light is just these predetermined spirit battles and character battles. And again, if it wasn't for the charm and Easter eggs that were in this, I wouldn't have been as immersed as I was. There's so many little Easter eggs with each of these spirit battles, to the point where I think that World of Light should have just been renamed to World of Ha! I get it! Like, take the Sigma fight, for example. It's even playing the X vs. Zero theme from X5, one of my favorite, if not absolute favorite tracks from the Mega Man X franchise. And you know what? I know it's a bit of a disadvantage, but I'm equipping Mega Man X for this because I just need this. And let's put Roll on there as a support spirit for good measure. And actually, you can upgrade X, so that gives me an idea. Yes, that's right. Eat my son. Grow up big and strong. Gotta go Fusion Suit Samus too, because I don't have Mega Man yet. And yeah! Yeah, fuck you, Sigma! And that is what I think Spirits Mode is all about. Sure, I'm not actually fighting Sigma, and I'm not actually Armored X, but it's enough to sort of feel like you might be. It's kind of like playing as action figures as a kid, which also leads to my biggest problem with World of Light, and that's that you have to be in the right sort of mindset to enjoy this sort of thing. Some folks have said that this mode feels like a boring slog to complete, and I can honestly see where they're coming from. If you don't give a crap about some of these characters and you don't have any ties to their franchise, it can feel like a chore. Also, don't worry, my son, soon I'll free you from your eternal prison. This fight was hard, but damn, it put a smile on my face. Mario, Kirby, who's supposed to be Mallow, Bowser, and Peach all challenge you, and defeating a couple of them, Geno himself, or Sheik, comes out to challenge you. I'm not entirely sure why it's Sheik. I'd think that Mega Man or Samus would be a better fit because of the gun arm, but I mean, he's got his Super Scope, which is either a reference to Geno Blast or his little finger bullets. And to top it off, it's playing Rainbow Road, referencing Star Road.
Oh, this is beautiful.
All of the Mega Man Spirit fights made me giddy as well, with their fights referencing something from the source material in one way or another. Same with the Metal Gear Spirits, but occasionally I find one that makes me think I don't fucking get it. Battling your way up to Galim, the big-ass hand himself tries to personally intervene before being defeated because it's fucking Master Hand. It is not hard. Reaching Galim, I felt it was only appropriate that I go Kirby, given that he's the one we started this adventure with, and I'm gonna end it with him too. Galim was unique, to put it lightly. Oh, what, dude, you just gonna sit there and take all that? This fight is really fun and did a great job at making me feel like I'm trying to kill a celestial being. Kirby defeats Galeem with him falling into the ocean, but with Galeem's power fading, the power vacuum allows for an even more sinister force to come into play, Darkon and his legion of crazy hands. Was Galeem the good guy all along, merely wanting to preserve the spirits as their fighters try to save them from Darkon's chaos and destruction? Maybe. I mean, we're never really told this, just heavily implied. Spirits don't have text blurbs like trophies do. We don't really get that extra lore in this game. It's here where we're teleported to the Dark Realm, or as I like to call it, the World of Dark. We have 3 paths, each of which lead to a dungeon. One is a trivia show, which I really enjoyed until I reached the Fire Emblem question that I'm just like, I don't fucking get it. A Zelda dungeon with some minor puzzles with the fight with Ganon at the end. And oh hey, that's Dracula's castle. That's so cool! It's just like the first Castlevania game. Beating all 3 dungeons attracts Darkon to the center of the World of Dark, for which our pink puffball is dispatched to deal with. Darkon just feels like an upgrade to Galeem. He's his Echo Fighter. Oh, I get it. After being defeated, Darkon quickly retreats into his intergalactic space anus just before Galeem follows him in, having a quick space battle sparring match just before our heroes step in to watch, I guess. This is where we reach the final part of the adventure, scattered around are light and dark spirits, and by the time I reached this point in the game, I thought that this was another giant map, and I'm like, there's more! Defeating a light spirit will make the darkness take over and vice versa, but I think all you really have to do is defeat Master Hand and Crazy Hand, who I think are the real Master and Crazy Hands this time, because when you defeat them, they don't violently explode like the rest of them, instead breaking out of Galeem or Darkon's control and assisting the player once they make it to the end. But I didn't know that, because my dumbass thought that you had to take down every single spirit on the map before you can progress, because I had no bloody idea what to do. Like, how fucking long was that there? It's here where Master Hand and Crazy Hand combine their powers to open a portal where Master Hand dives into, but we didn't follow. Ready? Oh, I knew it! Oh, this is so fucking cool! For the first time in Smash history, we get the ability to play as Master Hand without any cheat codes or exploits or any of that. I remember playing as him in Melee with that one glitch, and he had really weird moves like pressing R and pressing down on the D-pad at the same time, but all of his moves feel natural. This was made for the game, and it's a total power trip, and oh my god, it feels so good! One orgasm-inducing power trip later, and our path to the boss opens up. A path to Galeem and a path to Darkon. Thinking I merely had to kill both of them individually, I approached Galeem first, who had some really cool moves, but was still pretty easy. Oh, shit, did I just get the bad ending? Oh, Jesus! Wow, that was dark. Oh, god damn it, I made a pun! Yeah, I think I just got the bad ending. Okay, so get this. This is what you're supposed to do. You stand right here, and you walk up. Yeah, I didn't think of that either. Jumping in, we're greeted by something I never thought I'd see in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. An actual fucking level. Oh, thank God, I've been waiting for this for so long. Galeem and Darkon will slowly attempt to shred your ass off and occasionally send out spirits of their own to fight you, but they're all aggroed on each other, giving you a sort of feeling like you're more the third wheel here. This is not your fight, something that's reflected in a bit later on. We do have a boss rush, which is really cool because you can see the bosses from the light and dark world sort of attacking each other, but other than that, it's just a boss rush. Fighting Galeem and Darkon, again, gives you that sense that you're the third wheel here. This is their fight, not yours. Whenever you beat one of them into a vulnerable phase, the other will deal the damaging blow, which is... goddamn, I really am the third wheel here. And it's really refreshing. It's a nice take on a final fight of a game. The two lords of light and dark crumble, and their army of hands are not feeling so great as their respective lords fall into the ocean, sending a shockwave across the globe, setting their captured spirits free as they all ascend into the skies, presumably saved and on their way to return to their bodies. You hear that, cardboard box? You're almost home, buddy. And with World of Light's theme starting to play as the credits roll, reflecting on your adventure, that's it. That's World of Light. It's more than I expected, to be honest. By the end of my playthrough, I totaled nearly 24 hours at 95% completion. I probably won't be touching this mode again for a while, but it was fun. I'll give it that. But damn, was it repetitive. But the finale more than made up for it with the badass suspenseful climb, boss rush, final showdown, and playing as goddamn Master Hand. For good measure, I went and I checked out what I was missing with Galeem's ending, and it's really just the same thing as the intro. Universe gets enslaved by Galeem's reservation dimension. I don't know. There was one cool part though. Galeem does do this anime thing where he does a bunch of flashes in the distance, a couple seconds of calm and quiet, and then BAM! Darkon just gets a bunch of giant holes at him, and then he just starts not feeling so good either.
Travis, stop referencing Infinity War. Your family's very concerned. How's that one?
World of Light overall seems to be very split amongst the Smash community, with some claiming it to be the best or worst adventure mode in the series, though let's be real, it doesn't really have much competition. Melee's was more of a distraction, while Brawl's was a giant fanfiction with nearly every character in the roster having a role in the main story. It has its highs, it has its lows, and moments that really tugged at our heartstrings. World of Light, however, there's really only 4 characters that matter: Galeem, Darkon, and each of the hands. And even then, it feels more like you're the third wheel in this grand story and don't really matter too much in comparison. I do personally prefer World of Light over Subspace, but not by much. It's mainly the gameplay and the fun Easter egg references that kept me hooked. If they had traditional levels and smaller enemies to face off against, much like Subspace, I'd dub this the best adventure mode without even hesitating. If they merely updated Subspace with Ultimate's control scheme, I think that would be the perfect adventure mode. Well, I mean, add some Nintendo enemies in there too, that would be pretty cool. But in the end, World of Light feels like a strange compromise between console and mobile games. Each fight is short and quick, and there's little upgrades that you can do to fix your shit. This is meant to be something that you can play in long doses on your own, while also being able to play and snap little decisions while on the bus ride home. There's even little dojos and expeditions that you can drop your spirits off in and they'll go collect shit for you. It really does feel like a mobile game with some aspects. You know what it is? It's the fucking adventure mode for Mario Tennis Aces. You go through a large world map, do matches with mild modifiers, and you get extra items by the end of it that don't really change that much. TLDR, I liked it a lot, but it got really repetitive with the charm being the only thing that really kept me hooked. I really wish there was more to say, but that's it.
Well, that was weird.
World of Light was fucking long, but it's not the focus of Smash Brothers, mostly. You know what is the focus? Playing with friends. Smash is a party game after all. I was invited down to hang out with the lovely Elliot and Sabrina of Super Gaming Brothers, SGB, BBG, whatever they go by these days. They offered me a hand with this video, I stayed with them for a couple days, and we just had a lot of fun together. I really appreciate it.
Oh! Wow, Jeff actually killed me. I feel proud.
I feel proud.
Oh, no. Didn't you say you were bad at this game?
I told you I was good at running away.
Yeah.
It's Mega Man X when Bowser Jr. does his final smash. Wow, great start.
Okay, I'm sorry to pause it. Look, I'm sorry to pause it, but I want y'all to know. I want y'all to know that did 52%.
Yeah.
There's other movies I'd rather watch, but you know, like if I'm on a budget, I'm really high, or I just want to die.
This is like how that's one of the factors if you want to die. If you want to die, you watch episode 2.
No, I think episode 1 is worse.
No. Don't you hate it when you touch each other?
Why?
You have 2.
Jin, you got this. Watch this.
Do I?
Nope.
Alright, Jen, you got this.
I put my faith in the wrong person, ladies and gentlemen.
You drink straight. Yeah, no, that's what you did.
No, I
Stop
didn't.
faith in me.
I said, don't worry, you got this.
No faith.
First I gave a lobotomy,
I had no
and then I gave her a prostate exam.
I don't think women should be getting prostitutes.
Two-Link's not a woman.
Turn your head and cuffs. Make my man. Take me by the hand. Take me to the brand.
Don't you understand?
I always thought it was like an analysis.
Of your dials.
What is a dial?
Your nipples.
Oh. What?
This is too fast,
Dude, my
man.
arm is really itchy.
You might want to scratch it, man.
I can't. I'm bad at video games. Not that arm.
Friendship.
Go, Luigi, go! Oh, no!
Liquid.
I'm just gonna...
Liquid.
Does Kirby consider us a
Yeah,
furry?
I'd say Kirby's a furry. So. I got it. I actually got it. Yo, Jeff's doing decent at video games. The only thing in Smash that isn't anime
It's fucking
is
Richter.
Yeah. Richter.
Is Mario
Wait, Link is not
Yes.
an
Elliot, stop being good.
Elliot's good at Smash.
Oh, okay, I'll just. Elliot, you have to go one round with the Joy-Con controller.
Yes.
Here's a fax. Fuck you.
How dare you perfect shield?
That's a ball!
Sucks for you, I have another one.
I hate I fucking hate video games.
How am I still in it to I spoke too soon. Are you playing with the single?
She's literally playing with a single Joy-Con.
Yeah, she is.
She's been doing this whole time, Trav.
Where the fuck have you been? Breathe that Richter's the only not anime.
Bullshit.
We said it earlier.
Bullshit.
Elliot, you were the one that said it.
Yeah, you were the one. You said it.
A few minutes
You said it.
ago.
No, you said it like at the beginning of the recording. You're like, the only not anime here is Richter.
Oh,
Alright,
fuck.
Alexa.
Apparently.
Simon says, ooh.
I have a terrible itch. I have a terrible itch. Ah.
Nope, ain't enough.
And they got another step.
What? Why'd you do that?
We fight like men.
Against the door, and I'm like, please let me.
Hey, look, I unlocked the thing.
And you're like, no.
Please.
God,
Not again.
God damn it, we unlocked that when we played at SGB.
Oh!
You're welcome. Oh boy, it's his Smash 5 right now. It's like, what the fuck?
I can't believe there's 2 cloud spirits.
Because I was going to pick Jigglypuff, but then Elliot picked Ganondorf.
Do you really want to make that mistake?
Mine is the itch.
Oh gosh, it's not.
Oh, that was me!
No!
That was me!
Your shield was broken!
I'm calling the fucking cops.
Yo, call him. Do it. You already took the kids. That's enough.
She took
Daisy
okay.
took the kids?
I had
Daisy took the kids. Let me help you.
Stop!
You seem like you're having a bad time. Let me help you.
Stop!
Alright, let me help you out.
Fucking stop!
Here, I'll help you out. Are you ready to talk?
Big shoutouts to them for letting me stay in their home and steal all their food, I really appreciate it. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is on its track to be the best Smash game ever. I still think that it is the best Smash, but it's lacking in some areas to really get me to say that it is the ultimate Smash experience. Midway through making this review, Smash Bros. Update 2.0 came out, and you might have seen me playing as Piranha Plant in a few of these clips here. I'll be talking about that in a future video once all of the future DLC is released, because I want to do like a follow-up, like, oh hey, is Smash Ultimate better now? Question mark? There are some modes that I didn't touch on, like Century Smash, but given that after 2.0, Century Smash has been corrupting people's save data, I'm not gonna touch that. Sakurai just really cares about this. He wants to make people happy, and that's what I love about Smash Ultimate. Everything about this just feels like it was made to make the fans happy. And with a bunch of DLC coming down the line of characters that are gonna be completely new to the Smash Bros. Franchise, I really can't wait to see where Nintendo goes with this.
Alright, I gotta go now. I'll talk to you guys later.
Wait. Aren't those my cases? You son of a bitch!
Alright, hey guys, going off script here. Thank you for sitting through this video. It was very long. I've been working on this since mid-December off and on. This was a really big project. I know at the end of all of my videos I make this like, man, thank you so much for watching, but I mean, with this video, I mean it just as much. I'd like to personally thank everyone who helped contribute to this video. Elliot, Sabrina, Marquise, Jeff, Jen, Gamer Guy for the amazing artwork he's been providing us with, Locke for the David Attenborough-esque voiceover part, and lastly Shotzi for making my theme song, because I don't give him enough thanks for that. You guys made this video much more than I originally anticipated, and I really appreciate it. I'd also like to thank all the people that helped get this video out sooner than it would have without their help, and that's my patrons. I got a surprising amount of support when I announced it in that Transformers video, and if it wasn't for your guys' generosity, it would have taken a bit longer. For people that saw that but were still iffy on supporting, I did change around the tiers a little bit. And also a shout out to my Plaid Dads, which is a patron tier. I know it's stupid, but that's the point. EMT Neutrino,
Chef Kilo,
Slim Jim's Media Bin, and the SideQuest Gamer. You guys are really generous. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. The reason this show takes so long to make is because I have another job that I have to do for money. So supporting me with this content on Patreon will allow me to do this stuff more often. So if you'd like to see this content more often, or if you would just like to support me, go check out my Patreon. It'll be linked down below or at the very end of this video. So yes, thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. Thank you for your support, whether you're a subscriber, just viewing, or a patron. It really means a lot to me. Next video is going to be much shorter. I kind of need a break from these larger projects just for a bit, but for people who have stuck around with the channel, you might know what the next project is. Can't wait to see you there. Bye, guys.